There are crystals inside the stone, all sparkling and glinting. A stone bowl. The inside of it is black and sooty. Look, see what I've got for you? And so, I think you now belong to me. The big stones stand out, but maybe I can take a few of the small gold nuggets unnoticed.
Theft! Get him! The human has stolen some gold!
So they can't hear you anymore? So when you're sitting on top of my head, only I can hear you, right? Wow, what a bummer.
Don't celebrate too much. I'm planning an opera for this evening. Wagner's Ring.
I shouldn't just start bashing the nuggets around. Gold has to be smelted before it can be worked. That's done it. The head fits perfectly. This hatch keeps the lava in the basin. If you open it with the help of the chain, the lava flows out. Lava flow. Even with the pliers, the heat's almost unbearable. If there was metal in the mold, I could stamp a coin, provided that the wheel still turns after all these years. The furnace is so hot you can hardly get near it. The nuggets have melted in the furnace. A small golden pool has formed in the bowl. Ah, good. I'll pour the gold into the mold. Should be just enough. A superb gold coin with a vicious-looking dwarf on it. It's still hot. Look, I've got the first coin for your treasure. May there be many more to follow.
Oh, thank you.
So, what about the sword?
Well, yes. I'm lying on it. Could you take it?
Nice. Where is it, exactly?
A bit further down, I think. Yes, there. There it is.
That's the head off a pickaxe.
Just a bit further.
Ah, great. It's broken.
What?
It's snapped under your weight.
Oh, so that's why it suddenly stopped talking. And it was so nice. It said that I was a terrible monster and that it would love to cut my head off.
That's no good to me. What am I going to do with a broken sword?
You could perhaps repair it?
Do I look like a blacksmith?
You could learn. There's a book on smithing there.
Zero to weaponsmith in 14 days. That's too long. I don't have 14 days.
Then you'll have to read faster. You'll find everything you need here. An anvil, fire, instructions.
Huh. Fits perfectly. Nice. Magic sword, Ah, here. Right at the back of the book. Not a good sign. Blah, blah. Forging magic swords is very difficult. The high art of smithing. Only level 98 smiths can forge magic swords. That's not very good at all. Roughly calculated, my level is 0. Let's see. This is where they explain how a magic sword can be repaired. You have to reforge it and then hold it in dragon fire. And what am I going to practice on until I'm at level 98? That doesn't sound bad. Copper pots. Pretty simple, and you only need one raw material. Copper. I could dig out the copper-bearing ore with the pickaxe. Then all I'd need to do is smelt the stone and I'd have copper. I've got 3 pieces of copper-bearing ore. But no arcanite crystal in it. I'll put in as many stones as possible. Even with the pliers, the heat's almost unbearable. The copper's melted and run out of the stones. I wouldn't have thought there would be so much. The copper's too runny. I can't work it like that. Just a piece of copper. The copper is still hot, but it'll slowly harden. Let's give it a go then. Not perfect just yet, but then I'm only a level 1 blacksmith. Only another 97 pots. What's up? Get the copper, smelt the copper, make the pot. We have to get the most out of our playtime, so let's get going. Okay, I'll do it on my own. "98 pots, level 98. Wow, that was fun. Well, I can now forge pretty much anything, including broken magic swords. Ah, good. Speaking as a level 98 blacksmith, I know what needs to be done. Ta-da! I've reforged the sword that was once broken. Now I've just got to harden it in some dragon fire. Hello, gorgeous.
Yes?
The sword needs to be tempered in dragon fire. Would you do the honors?
Oh, that isn't going to be easy. I've never breathed fire before.
And here's me thinking you're a dragon.
I am. But in order to spew fire, one has to be mad with anger.
That is the normal state of mind for most dragons, is it not?
But I don't really do anger. I did a lot of autogenic training and yoga in the past.
Do you know that you're pretty damned ugly, even for a dragon?
You mean monstrously ugly and terrifying? Thank you.
Your football team stinks. They can't play. They'll never be able to play, and every fan they have is an idiot.
What is football?
It's when you have a ball and... Oh, forget it. You're really, really dumb.
Why do you say that?
Because it's a fact.
But it isn't true. I've always been an avid reader.
Didn't do much for you. I've never met such a thicko dragon before.
Hey, that's not very nice.
But one thing should be obvious to you at least. I reckon dragons like you just shouldn't pursue a monster education.
Why ever not?
You don't belong in the world of work. You should go find yourself a terror-inducing husband who has a good job and can look after you.
That is...
The main thing is, though... Let me give it to you straight. You will never become a dangerous monster. Your dreams? Forget 'em.
You really think so? I do sometimes think that too.
But I would so love to.
Oh, for Pete's sake, who do you want to be then? Oh, come on! Yoga masters don't feel pain. It'll pass. You will become a real evil monster just like all the others.
Do you really think so?
Of course.
Oh, thank you so much.
What I've been trying...
Yes?
You're really...
Why do you say...
Because it's a fact...
But it isn't true.
Didn't do much for you. I've never met such a...
Hey!
But one thing should be obvious. I reckon
Why ever...
you don't belong in the world of work.
That is...
The main thing is, though... But you could help me out, sweetheart. My shirt could use a wash and an iron.
I breathed fire!
Good for both of us.
I was so angry that I... Thank you.
My pleasure. Hello, sword.
Ah! Hearts! What the hell are you doing?
I've reforged you after you got accidentally snapped by a dragon.
Where is that monster? I want to bathe in her blood!
We don't have time for that now. We still have a pretty big task ahead of us.
I'll slash you away through our enemies.
Copper pots, 98 of them, and each one nicer than the other. I just can't understand why some people don't enjoy doing the same thing 98 times. It's very calming. Then we should send the jilted maiden a nice love letter. Right, let's do it. Hey, baby. It is I, your Maxi Poo. I'm sorry I disappeared so suddenly. The problem was... neither your dubious looks nor your poor character. I wanted to give you a wedding fit for a queen. But then... it came down to a series of improper contingent accumulations. On the quest for a silver flower pearl for your wedding ring, I found myself in the Southern Ocean off the coast of Switzerland. When a storm arose, my vessel foundered, and I awoke 3 days later. In a small saucepan with chives and thyme. I've overcome many dangers and experienced some great adventures, driven by my insatiable longing for you. But I cannot come to you because there are problems with my student visa. I'm writing this letter in all urgency. Make haste to me, my love, wherever you may be. I'm waiting for you in the south, deep in the south, exactly here. What a masterpiece. There's something missing. Don't hesitate to help others before your departure. Kissy, kissy, your Maximilian. Perfect. Good. Now the letter's got a decent blob of wax on it. Let's see just how good the stonemason's work was. Looks pretty good. I'm guessing that looking through a blur of tears, you wouldn't notice anything odd. You're not going to believe this. Look what I found outside. It's what you've been waiting for all this time. A letter from Maximilian.
Really?
Oh, yes. There's even a seal. Maybe you recognize it.
That's his! That's his seal! The illegible handwriting, all the spelling mistakes. This letter really is from him!
What's he say then?
There was a storm and he wanted to come back to me, but he can't!
Ah, you see, that explains everything.
I have to go to him! Oh, deep joy!
What about the shield?
Oh, yes! The fat ogres carried it away! They live in a cave nearby!
Thanks, and good luck with the search. But always remember, the journey is the destination. A fair drop.
Excuse me, young sir. May I ask what it is you're hoping to find in our cave?
Oh, sorry. I was looking for a public toilet, and it smelled a bit like one here.
How unpleasant. Talk to Blatt about that. He's responsible for personal hygiene this week.
Hungry! Food! No!
And unfortunately, that's all you think about. Sir, I must ask you to leave our modest dwelling.
Okay, I'll look for somewhere outside.
I'm very much obliged. Many bushes and trees out there would consider themselves most happy to offer their shelter for the call that nature is making to you. Good luck in your search.
Strange plate. That's no plate. That's a shield. Probably the shield I'm looking for. The two-headed ogre is fat, like an ogre. And he's got 2 heads. Hi there, you 2.
There's little human. Blout hungry.
Are you a human eater?
Hungry.
Why, no. You will have to forgive Blout. He's very emotional when he hasn't had anything to eat for half an hour.
Who are you?
Blout.
Blout, really? My name is Zloff, from the Lightning Fist tribe. That's my good-for-nothing half-brother, Blout.
Your half-brothers? Isn't that a little impossible?
Not at all. The biology of two-headed ogres is very complex. As you may know, it can...
Boring.
Oh, really? That's just...
It's okay. I don't really need to know all the details. You're a battle mage then, are you?
No. Hitman. I hit people to death.
I think he meant me, Blout. It's true. I am a battle mage. My modesty prevents me from pointing out that I am one of the best. Of course, I'd be even better if I could study more. But, oh well.
That's a very interesting plate there.
Dreadful, isn't it? All that fatty food. But Blout loves that rubbish.
Blout hungry.
I've told you 1,000 times. You only get to eat once I've finished reading this book.
Hungry now.
If I let you eat now, then you'll put your greasy fingerprints all over the pages again. I get to choose what we do this afternoon. Blout was allowed to decide this morning. First he wanted to lie in, but then suddenly he didn't have enough time to eat. Tough luck.
I am hungry.
But I am not.
Could I, borrow the plate?
My plate! My plate!
I'm sorry, that's Blout's favourite plate. Because it's so big, he won't give you that.
I need to get going. See you two later.
Goodbye.
Hello, Blout.
You, little human!
That's right. You must be very hungry, Blout. That's a very, very big plate you've got there.
Blout, big, hungry.
Why don't you ask Zlof nicely once more if you can eat what's on his plate?
Zlof not let me, and Zlof make say lightning.
You mean he can defend himself? As long as he's reading that book, you can't use your hands? Well, you are one smart guy, Blout.
Blout?
Can't you get Zlof to stop reading?
Zlof always reading, till book finished.
And there's nothing that stops him reading?
Zlof like drink cocktails, ogre cocktails.
Okay. And then what?
He drunk very quick.
You mean he can't hold his liquor, and he gets too drunk to keep reading? Interesting. Do you get drunk fast too, Blout, like Zlof does?
No. Blout drink much more than Zlof. Blout real mean ogre.
But you share the same body.
Yeah? So?
Oh, nothing. I could make you an ogre cocktail. How would you like that?
Blout like beer.
Yeah, I know, but the cocktail's mainly for Zlof.
Why?
So he gets drunk.
And then?
Then you can chow down on that snack there.
Ooh, okay.
You and your half-brother, don't you guys get along too well?
Zlof is stupid.
Uh-huh.
Always reading. Never fun. Never break things.
He's more the intellectual type.
Zlof not real man. Zlof never had girlfriend.
I heard that.
Right. What makes a good ogre cocktail?
Alcohol.
Alcohol, okay. And what else?
An umbrella.
An ogre cocktail is made of nothing but alcohol?
And umbrella.
And what kind of alcohol? Wine? Vodka?
Whatever. Must blow your head off.
So, high-octane alcohol in a glass with an umbrella. Classy.
Little human can look in cave.
Do you have the ingredients?
Uh-huh.
I have to leave. My stomach's grumbling.
Hungry!
Young sir, those are our private belongings. All of the appliances are registered. Please leave our cave.
Blout gave me permission.
Little human make cocktail for Zlof.
Really? What a delightful surprise. I thank you most cordially.
No problem, Fatso.
He meant you.
That seems to be some kind of storage cupboard. A small, colorful cocktail umbrella. Who'd have thought that there'd be a market for these here in the wildlands? I would have expected a larger cocktail glass. This one's more human-sized. Is that going to be enough to get Zlof drunk? That makes 50% of the ingredients in the glass. Only the high-proof alcohol is missing. A tied-up linen sack. The contents probably need to be protected from birds and rats. The sack is full to the brim with apples. They're all damp and rotten. They smell like they're fermenting. Some other time. A piece of hose, over a meter long and anything but clean. I don't even want to think about what the ogres might use it for. This club is almost 1.5 meters long and probably weighs 100 weight. I wouldn't like getting one of those on my head, or anywhere else for that matter. I'll leave it here. Probably couldn't even lift it if I tried. Some stone flagons. Whoa, quadruple X. That's really strong. There was some high percentage stuff in there, but the flagons are all empty. I need to find alcohol somewhere else. The shield's covered in all kinds of unappetizing ogre food. The ogres don't seem to know that they've been abusing such a valuable object. I've somehow got to divert the ogres and get rid of the food. The shield's covered. Good. I'll lay the boards over the opening of the crevice. The rotten boards won't support much weight. One step on them and they'll give way. So let's do it. Tasty. Fermented apple juice. But I'd better not drink it. The alcohol isn't strong enough. The bottles in the cave had 4 X's. The container is almost full to the brim with freshly pressed apple juice, but the juice smells anything but... I'll leave what's left of the apples in the press. I've got what I want. Hey, Thunderhoof, about this lightning dance. Thunderhoof? Hello, bully. The guy seems to be out of it. Could be something to do with my mushrooms. Take unidentified mushrooms, mixed up with a bunch of suspicious berries and paint, set it on fire, and inhale the smoke. Not too much can go wrong with that. Maybe he's, just having a little powwow with his ancestors. He'll come round soon. If I tipped the juice into the hot pot, then everything would turn to steam, and that would be the end of my juice. Sits nice and firm. Whatever's in the pot will evaporate, condense, and be drawn off in the hose. Well, okay. Ah, something's happening. And done. The bowl has filled up with an almost clear liquid. The alcohol's not strong enough yet for an ogre cocktail, but I can distill it again. And again. That looks a lot better already. That ought to do. Better not. It won't make any more. High-proof alcohol and a cocktail umbrella. Voila! One ogre cocktail. I've got a cocktail for you, Zloff.
Oh, thank you. Very nice. Wait a minute. You're trying to trick me, aren't you?
Hmm?
You want to get me drunk so I can't read anymore.
Us? Never!
But you won't get me like that. I'll just take tiny sips. Then I won't get drunk and can continue reading. Ah! I'm blind!
Then you finish reading.
No,
Impressive. Gross, but impressive.
Brout's still hungry.
What?
Hungry! Brout must hunt.
Hello, Blout.
You, little human.
That's right. Do you think you can lend me your plate? You don't really need it right now. Why not?
Eat again soon. Brout, great hunter.
at the very most, you're a fat hunter. You couldn't tell the difference between a partridge and a wild boar.
And how do you get on with...
Not yet.
What do you hunt then?
Everything.
Uh-huh. I have to...
Hung.
I'd better leave him in peace. He might not be too happy with me about the cocktail episode. Nice! Now I've got a pom-pom on a string. The boards are so rotten they'd give way if anyone... Okay then, let's try it.
There! Colourful fluffy bunny!
You stop it, Blunt. Something's wrong here.
Just got to break shell!
Ah! A fluffy bunny, I presume? How can anyone be so stupid?
Hungry!
Go into the corner and be ashamed of yourself. I'll come up with something.
The way's clear.
Thank you very much for getting me out of there. It's no fun swimming around in hot gravy all day. Then again, it's also no fun being constantly hit by swords and axes. I hope you're not a warrior.
Me? Nah, I just want to look like one.
If you only want to look like one, then that's fine. Just don't fight. The pen is mightier than the sword and hurts less. Vladdy? Is that you? You look so new.
And you look greasy.
Marks! Now we're all back together again.
Oh, what joy.
Let's split skulls.
Yeah! Or not.
Or let's go swimming. Come on, human, I dare you.
Shut your trap, and that goes for all of you. Now that we're all together, you guys are going to get me into the orc camp.
Yeah!
No!
So I can get my friend out of there.
A rescue mission? We'll have to proceed very carefully and diplomatically.
I think you should spit in the face of the biggest orc in the camp.
I don't think I deserve this. I should speak to the orc chief. He'll open up the gate for me with a bit of luck. Hello, chieftain.
Greetings, human.
Are you finally going to let me into your camp?
Why? You're still a weak little worm. What about the warrior set you were going to get hold of?
I'm working on it.
Then come back when you got something to show.
Look, I've found a powerful warrior's helmet.
Looks good, but what makes it so powerful?
It's magic. It can talk. Say something.
Oh yeah, great.
But he can. He really can talk. I can hear his voice in my head.
Aha.
It's just that my helmet doesn't like me.
That's a real shame. But maybe you'll make up.
Yes, perhaps. I've already got one part of the set. Will you let me into your camp now?
Just because you got a good helmet, that's not nearly enough. Come back when the set's complete.
Have a look at this shield. Isn't it great?
It's really shiny. Have you greased it up?
You could say that. And in combat, it's going to defend me from every attack. Whether a sword, or a spear, fire, or...
Excuse me. No fire. And spears are also very unpleasant. I'd prefer it if,
Shh! Just go along with it. Whether fire, poison, or axes...
Oh...
My powerful shield and I will stand fast.
We'll see, human.
Now really, with two parts of the set, you've got to let me into your camp.
No. If I'm not mistaken, the warrior set is made up of 3 pieces. And believe me, you're gonna need every single one of them.
Look! I'm carrying the Sword of Power.
What are you gonna do with bread knife?
Bread knife? Wretched green skin, step forward, shield and sword shall shatter, your blood shall flow. I'll cleave your ugly skull.
Whoa, whoa, calm down. We don't want to...
Hey, I like your sword. I must apologize. That's a good sword.
The best.
You're okay. I've got the whole warrior set of power. Now open the gate.
You are a very well-equipped little human. Your kit may compensate for your lack of talent, ability, and competence.
Thanks.
Most people wouldn't take that as a compliment.
I just want to get into the camp, win your stupid contest, and free Willy.
You have little pride, human, but perhaps some courage. Or is that stupidity? Enter!
I just hope Wilbur's going to reward me for what I'm doing here. And as soon as I've freed him, we still need to go look for Ivo and Critter. I hope they're doing okay.
Quiet! How am I meant to think?